I think she has started. So let's know. If you look, I should start now. Let the moderator start.
All right. Good evening, everybody. I hope you can all hear me and see me. You're welcome to another webinar series hosted by Nigerian Association of Dermatologists. Today we have a community webinar series proudly sponsored by Eucerin. And we have this webinar, streaming live on all our social media devices. So if you're here, please kindly share this link on Facebook, on Instagram, because everyone needs to hear what dermatologists want to talk about today. So the topic of today's community webinar is embracing your natural skin tone. Speaking to us about this very important topic are a team of very experienced dermatologists. We'll be hearing from them about this very important topic. The first person that will be speaking to us today is Dr. Zainab Ibrahim Baba. She's a physician and dermatologist with a master's degree in global health policy and advocacy. She's dedicated to advancing global health and influencing policies related to skin diseases. She's a beneficiary to the ILDS 2024-25 grant and recipient of American Academy of Dermatology Annual Meeting Registration Scholarship 2025. Driven by a strong passion for promoting equity in dermatology, she ensures that Black skin receives the research, visibility, and care it deserves. By the way, I didn't introduce myself. My name is Dr. Nkiruka Onodugo. I'm a consultant dermatologist with University of Nigerian Teaching Hospital in Enugu. Please, let's welcome our first speaker, Dr. Zainab Ibrahim Baba. Thank you. Dr. Zainab, you have the floor.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you for the warm welcoming. Today we are going to talk about the wonders of melanin with regards to photo protection against premature skin aging, skin cancer, and antioxidant properties of melanin. Sorry, are you moving the slides? Okay, yes, thank you. So dark skin is beautiful, I would say. And these are famous women around the world, international, and then locally, some of them are Nigerians. The first person is a supermodel. Her name is Anokiai. She's a British Award winner 2025, and she advocates for young girls to maintain their Black skin color because her Black skin has taken her for a life. And she says that Black skin color is powerful and is not a curse. Other people there, Hilda Baci, we know her, the Guinness World, two-time Guinness World Record winner. And then Kate Henshaw, who celebrated her 54th birthday this year. It looks as if Kate Henshaw is actually aging backwards, if I would say that. So, I mean, Black skin is really beautiful. We don't have to change our Black skin. Sorry, I don't know, the slides are a bit slow. Yeah, this beautiful woman also, Oprah Winfrey, and our former Nigerian minister, Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala, both of them 71 years of age. I would appreciate that both women have aged gracefully. There's no any signs of so much skin aging in them at the age of 71, and they're really successful women. So melanin does not limit your success. Oprah is the first female richest Black woman, and she was the first female billionaire on earth. The skin has layers. The topmost layer is the epidermis, and this has also some other layers. Around the basal layer of the epidermis, that's where we have the melanocytes, and that's where the melanin, which is the pigment of the skin, is produced. Other layers, the next layer is the dermis, which contains collagen. And this collagen also gives support to the structure of the skin. Of course, the skin is the largest organ in the body, and it's an outer covering of the body, and it has several functions. And the overall skin health actually helps with our own overall health. So why are we bothered about melanin? We have to talk about melanin because it's so important. It is produced by the melanocytes in the basal layer of the epidermis and is a biopigment that is responsible for producing color in the eyes, skin, and hair. There are mainly two types of melanin: the eumelanin, which is black and brown, which is the one that gives the dark phototype, dark skin color, and then the eumelanin, the pheomelanin, which is usually yellow-orange that we see in the white population. Of course, this is just a picture showing the epidermis with the melanocyte within the basal layer. If you look at it, there are keratinocytes. The other cells are the keratinocytes. Within the keratinocytes, you have the nucleus. Inside the nucleus, you find the DNA. And each melanocyte actually, like functionally, pigments about 40 keratinocytes. So in all populations, the melanocytes are equal in number. However, the melanosomes are variable in size and in distribution. In the black skin, the distribution is the melanocytes have large pigment core and they are individually distributed, while in the light skin, they usually are small and they occur in clusters. So, and also to mention that mostly in black skin, the melanin is around the basal layer. It doesn't reach, I mean, in the dark skin, it's usually around the basal layer and up to the epidermis. While in the in the light skin, melanin is usually just around the basal layer alone. So what role does melanin does? It acts as a natural sunscreen. It absorbs UVA and UVB. And then it accumulates around the keratinocytes in the perinuclear area and acts as a shield for the nucleus of the keratinocytes. Therefore, it prevents the sun rays to reaching deep down into the DNA, therefore causing photo damage. Or in the case of UVA, causing photo damage, well, in the case of UVB, it can actually cause the changes in the DNA, and this can lead to skin cancers. So the shielding effect of the melanin, the eumelanin has more shielding effect than the pheomelanin. So you can, if you look at the picture, the image shows in the light skin, it reflects it absorbs all the melanin, it absorbs all the UV light, while for the dark skin, it tends to reflect the UV light. So how does melanin protect the molecular layer? It acts as an UV filter. Therefore, it absorbs all the sun rays and then also scatters them. So it repels them. So it has both chemical and physical properties. It also acts as antioxidant. Therefore, it mops up free radicals. And these free radicals are the ones that destroys the collagen and leads to photo damage, therefore leading to wrinkles and pigmentation and causing premature skin aging. So it all prevents this kind of things. Then also this process emits energy. And the presence of melanin helps to convert this energy into harmless heat, therefore preventing further collagen breakdown. Looking at a global map that represents the UV radiation index on Earth, it actually matches places where they have high UV index, matches it where there is active type. See around the equatorial region, which is where we also fall. So perhaps it might be that it's a kind of adaptation prevent sun exposure in individuals in these regions. So the way that the skin type is classified based on the amount of pigment. Sorry, based on the amount of pigment that is present in the skin. So the skin And as you go down, brown kind of skin is usually around 6, there's more amount of melanin. So melanin index actually increases from type 1 to 6. So you have more melanin as you go from type 1 to 6 type. Then the UV sensitivity is more similar to 1 and 2. But the skin types 4, 5, and 6 are UV resistant. So they usually can and they rarely burn. Ironically, the skin cancer risk is actually reversed as you go from skin type 1 to 6, meaning that skin type 1 and 2 have higher risk of skin cancers than people with skin type 5 and 6. Emphasizing the fact that it is actually affecting these individuals. So the common message I want to share is that
Sorry, I think the audio
Excuse
is a
me,
little
I
bit
think
unstable.
yes.
Yeah, Dr. Baba?
The audio is very poor, so you might want to try changing to another network. Dr. Baba, can you hear us? And I think it's frozen.
Okay.
Can you try that?
Yes, I'm doing that.
It's crackling. It's not clear. Can you just speak so that we can...
Sorry, why I stop?
Dr. Cole, maybe go back like 2 slides, please. Maybe one more.
Yes.
Okay, yeah. So the next one, yeah. So Dr. Baba, can you try speaking and let's tell you if it's clear?
Sorry, is it better now?
Yes.
Is it better now?
It's better now. Yes.
I am trying to.
It's better now.
Okay, so the next slide now. This one.
I'm
Thank
trying
you.
to mute the other one.
Trying
to mute the other one. Okay, can you hear me?
Yes, this is
Yes,
better.
ma'am.
Thank you.
Okay, this picture represents a global map that compares skin color and UV radiation. And it shows that areas that have high UV index, usually between 4,000 to 5,500, matches with areas of the skin phototype that is dark in complexion. So it might mean that probably is because of the adaptation of the melanin to the UV exposure in these areas. So looking at the skin Fitzpatrick phototype classification, which classifies the skin depending on the amount of pigment, with the lowest pigment in skin types 1 and 2, and high amount of pigment in skin types 5 and 6. So if we look at it, usually the melanin index actually increases from type 1 for skin type 1 to type 6. So mostly the UV sensitivity is higher in those with type 1 and 2. So they usually, their skin easily burns but never tans, while the skin type 5 and 6 have, they are usually UV resistant. So the skin rarely burns but always tans. Then while the skin cancer risk increases actually reduces as you go from type 1 to type 6 phototype. Sorry. So the take-home message is that dark skin type 5 and 6 is most protected from the sun UV rays due to high melanin content.
Type 5 and 6 is most protected from the sun UV rays.
Oh, it looks like we've lost her again.
Hello, can you hear me now?
Okay, yes, you were rounding up. Just round up. Thank you. Hello.
Okay, yes. So the skin type 5 and 6 is most protected from the UV sun rays due to the high melanin content. They have higher incidence of lower incidence of UV related skin cancers such as the basal cell carcinoma and squamous cell carcinoma compared to the white skin. And they have less sun-induced photo damage and less premature skin aging. Caucasian, which are light skin, have about 70 times more likely to develop skin cancers than blacks. Even though the black population is not absolutely immune to developing photo damage also as a result of chronic sun exposure or prolonged sun exposure. Thank you for listening.
Right. Thank you so much, Dr. Baba. So sorry for all the technical hitches during that beautiful presentation. So Dr. Baba just gave us the summary of what she presented. She started by saying that dark skin is beautiful and gave examples of a lot of successful, rich, and beautiful women who have gone on to achieve all they did, even with their dark skin. So your dark skin does not limit you in any way. She gave a little bit, talked a little bit on the biology of the skin, emphasizing the subtle differences, especially with melanin in pigmented skin and melanin in skin that is not so pigmented, and emphasized the role of melanin in preventing photo damage and cancers. She went on to talk about the different skin types, Fitzpatrick from type 1 to type 6, emphasizing that the dark pigmented skin, that's Fitzpatrick 4 to 6, are found in areas with greater sun exposure. So this brings us to the end of Dr. Zainab Baba's presentation. Thank you very much. Please, if you're logged in with more than one device, you can, okay, switch off your, mute yourselves. Thank you very much. So the second speaker.
I think she's gone off. So, Dr. Nkiru, we'll just introduce the second speaker, Dr. Belema. Dr. Cole, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. I'll go ahead to introduce the second speaker. Dr. Belema Omusu Abe is a consultant physician and dermatologist at the Rivers State University Teaching Hospital. She's a senior lecturer at the Rivers State University, and she'll be talking to us about the truth about skin bleaching and lightening hyperpigmentation management. Please go ahead. Thank you.
Thank you so much for introducing me. I hope you can see me and hear me. Okay. So skin bleaching is a process where you can use any cosmetics to lighten the tone of your skin. It can be via using a cream, a soap, and swallowing a tablet, getting IV drugs, or any cosmetic process at all. There are so many other cosmetic processes that we term as skin care that actually lighten your skin. Do these things really work? Yes, they do lighten your skin from completely whitening it to progressively taking your skin shades lighter or just almost doing nothing at all. But it comes with a price. Because of these different outcomes of skin bleaching, many people feel that, well, because I'm not whitening, I didn't get light, I'm actually pretty close to my skin color and it's just like maintaining it. Therefore, I'm not really bleaching. But that's not true. So what's the problem here? In a survey amongst, in a research amongst undergraduates, when they were asked, how many of you bleach? 95.3% say they do not bleach. However, when they asked, do you tone? 16.5% say they tone. And then about 4.7% of the population studied say toning is not the same thing as bleaching. That I'm toning or people tone, they don't really bleach. So the cosmetic market here has made skin bleaching acceptable because they've colored it with a lot of beautiful alternative words. So we have toning, we have color maintaining, fade cream, the glow that everybody wants, brightening, complexion care, organic, lightening, and whitening. Next slide, please. So in our clinics, most of us dermatologists know when somebody is bleaching as the person walks into us, because we can see telltale signs of skin damage from bleaching before we even start doing an examination, doing investigation, depending on what they come with. But we see a varying category of people that bleach. There's some people that go all out, brazenly, intentionally, deliberately, looking for one thing to the other to bleach their skin. And there's some people that they're seeking for a good skin care to, like, I want to just maintain my complexion, just get an even tone. They will even almost announce to you as a doctor, if it's us dermatologists they meet, or even the cosmetologist / cream seller, or even a relative, whoever offers them a product for their skincare. I don't want to bleach, they will say, I don't want to bleach you. I just want my complexion to just stay the same. I don't like it that more time I'll get dark and I'll get light. They forget, or they are not aware of what our natural skin as melanated people with eumelanin and Fitzpatrick type 4 to 6 do. That your skin darkens and lightens is a natural thing for our skin type. When you go under the sun and get exposed to UV rays, your skin just slightly becomes a shade darker. And then after a while, if you practice limited sun exposure, your skin clears out. And there is this other group of persons that are being treated for a medical condition, either on the skin or otherwise, and they use some drugs whose added outcome or long-term benefit, long-term effects is skin bleaching. Whichever category any of these people fall into, disrupting or taking away the natural protective component of your skin, melanina you've just heard, has effects. So bleaching occurs all over the world, but prevalence is a bit lower than us and than ours. WHO at some point said about 77% of Nigerians bleach, and largely females, and say we are the skin bleaching capital of the world. Various studies over various states in Nigeria show that 40 to 84% of Nigerian women bleach their skin. So 4 to 8 out of every 10 persons, mostly women, bleach their skin. Now, the bleaching problem is not only on adults. We have carried the need to have a lighter skin, the feeling that lighter is better. The fact that people say that a woman, a mother doing a research while answering questions on why she bleaches her child's skin, said, Black skin isn't cute. The need to have a social capital from a lighter skin, being that you can walk into a place and the idea that your light skin attracts you. Even from our homes, we hear often a family member will say, why the boy fair? Why the boy fair? And I won't come find past the girl. So we naturally associate lighter skin with beauty. The media is not left out in fanning this problem. They sell lighter skin as the acceptable complexion to be on a billboard, to be in the magazine, to be in an advert, and to feature in movies. What about the marriageability of being lighter skinned? So because of that, mothers, parents are now transferring the need to have a lighter skin color to children. The contents in bleaching products that kids use is the same for adults. And so the toxic substances that we are complaining about that is causing side effects for people that are bleaching their skin also gets to children and even much more, because the skin for children is actually a thinner layer and it easily absorbs these toxic substances rapidly. So imagine one day I'm in the clinic and this young girl walks in. I look at her as she opens the door. She's about the height of the doorknob. And I'm like, she's about 5. And she's walking up to me. I'm like, she's bleaching her skin. When she gets closer, I realize that she's managing a skin condition. Therefore, the things Nigerians do, going over the counter to purchase anything they want to purchase, this child has been chronically exposed to topical bleaching products. Call me surprised when I saw the brother at the next visit, 7 years old and way, way taller. But here I see the 9-year-old sister shorter. Definitely, the absorption of steroids and any other skin bleaching product that she has used to treat her skin condition has started affecting her growth. Imagine what will happen to other organs of her body. Bleaching a child's skin is child abuse. And it is criminal because child abuse is the inability of a parent or a guardian that is supposed to oversee a child and keep the child out of harm's way, knowingly exposes this child to harm. It is a criminal offense. Next slide, please. So what are the common skin bleaching agents? From time long ago, we've known hydroquinone. We know mercury-containing soaps and creams and other heavy metals like arsenic. Corticosteroids, those lightning things in the tube, and other types of, apart from high-grade corticosteroids like clobetasol, we have other ones that still bleach your skin. There's resorcinol. Then there are newer skin bleaching agents that, as I said, go through other routes. We have skin care processes like peeling solutions. I'm sure you've seen on the internet where someone is literally peeling the surface of the skin with a procedure just to get a lighter skin. Organic creams, intravenous injections like tranexamic acid and glutathione and vitamin C. These bleaching agents span side effects from immediate complications to long-term complications. Immediately for some of these intravenous drugs, remember, when you give an injection, it goes straight into the bloodstream and starts carrying out the effects you intended it to do, or the side effects. Immediately, people that do intravenous IV infusions for bleaching, they can have an anaphylactic, an allergic reaction. They can immediately start having skin peeling called Steven-Johnson syndrome. They can have liver and kidney damage, acute liver and kidney damages. Adverse effect of skin bleaching, apart from this intravenous one, span a great number of organs. For the skin, we have things like discoloration. So because you have taken out or subdued the production and the activity of melanin, as the first speaker has said, when you go out into the sun and expose yourself to UV rays, melanin actually forms a protection over your DNA and over you. So you go out into the sun and you start seeing yourself slightly red or dark because it's taking away your melanin.
Sorry,
Over to,
Olorufumi, please mute your mic. Can we mute mic for everybody? Can the host please mute everybody? Is that possible?
Other skin discolorations can occur, which we call dyschromias, from red patches to black patches, etc. We have hairiness. You might have seen a few.
We will have to mute everybody if we are going to continue with this presentation. Thank you.
Thank you so much. From having increased hair growth on places of your body, on your body where hair wasn't growing, like your face, to having stretch marks, to having your blood vessels showing up underneath your skin in different colors, to having skin infections, to having skin atrophy. I remember one day I was called to co-manage a patient who has a large wound on her forearm, on her right forearm. Guess what happened? She was in a tussle with somebody in the marketplace. I can't remember exactly what she said happened. And the person was trying to grab her forearm, and her skin on her forearm, your forearm is from your elbow to your wrist, ripped off. So she came with loss of skin tissue on that side. Why? Because of bleaching. She had bleached for so many years. Most bleachers, especially adults, bleach for at least 20 years and above. And she never knew that skin bleaching was wrong. You have difficult to treat infections and poor wound healing. That's just for the skin alone. So much to unpack. And then other things like diabetes. You're supposed to suffer diabetes, hypertension, kidney damage and failure, some problems with your endocrine system like Cushing's syndrome, and growth plate disorders like the little girl I spoke about. Go ahead. Next slide, please. So these are a few of the adverse effects I've mentioned. Largely, you see here, dyschromias, redness, erythema. Some of these people will present to us with difficult to treat fungal infections. And these pictures are actually as a result of misuse of hydroquinone. Apart from even these ones, coming close to somebody that uses hydroquinone to bleach their skin, you perceive this funny, fishy smell that's as a result of the degradation of hydroquinone. Next slide, please. These are pictures from complications of using the organic creams, which are not labeled and can contain anything from high dose steroids to toxic compounds like mercury and arsenic, to having bleaching products in it, to having multiple things mixed together to give the organic, sell the organic market and sell you the glow that you desire. So these are complications that you see with people that have used organic and organic or tube creams to bleach their skin. Next slide, please. So what do these products mark themselves as? As I've said, some other names for bleaching are usually on the product and sometimes are not even written. However, the products might give themselves away if the ingredient list does not contain a few things I have mentioned in the previous slides about the compounds and the agents used for bleaching. So we have products that say lightening or light, whitening or white, toning or tone, triple action cream, half cast cream, Egyptian, glow or gold, and many others written here. These products are things you should avoid because they bleach your skin. Most patients, the patients that say they do not bleach their skin, when you go ahead to ask what products you use, or you ask them to bring the products to your clinic the next time they visit, you will realize that either they give you a name, something glow, something fade, and they do not realize it's bleaching them, or you see these things written on the packs. Next slide, please. So the driver for many people is the need to keep their complexion same, forgetting the fact that as skin type of us in Nigeria, most Africans, when we go into the sun, we will darken because of how our skin responds to UV rays. They feel the need to bleach their skin and think that that way they would keep their skin from getting dark periodically. The darkness is even not that obvious, except when you've already started bleaching your skin and have now made your skin exposed to the effects of the sun. Then you get darker faster and develop what they call sunburn. People have skin issues that leave telltale marks of dark spots called hyperpigmentation. From acne to papular urticaria, those lesions when you were a young girl and you are in school, or young boy, you're in school, you tell the school, I'm allergic to grasses, I'm allergic to the gutter. And that is because those areas have a large volume of mosquitoes and insects that would bite you and leave spots on your skin and leave those allergies. But however, then people used to feel that they're allergic to the grass and allergic to gutter. Papular urticaria. Other skin, other hormonal issues like melasma can make you pigment. These issues are some of the drivers that make people seek for skin lightening. But for us dermatologists, hyperpigmentation is actually a medical issue. So do dermatologists use lightening agents? Yes, we treat hyperpigmentation. Hyperpigmentation treatment goes alongside with what the primary cause of the hyperpigmentation is. So while the dermatologists will use a researched and properly formulated product in the particular percentage, particular combination over a specific period of time and following up on these patients, we treat hyperpigmentation with the intent not to bleach, but to reduce the intensity of the dark spots. It is difficult. So first of all, we have to tell our patients that, acknowledge that you have to have patience so that we walk alongside the skin, which will naturally shed off every 28 days. We'll walk alongside the skin with this product and have patience. Over time, hyperpigmentation is treated. Some people, however, because they know about these products that can be used to treat hyperpigmentation, they use them as skin bleachers. Next slide, please. So this is a collection of slides that shows dermatologists treating hyperpigmentation and leaving the skin, the color, its tone, the way it is. There are various products for treating hyperpigmentation, but because of this is not a forum where we go into the medical nitty-gritty of treating hyperpigmentation, I'll just end up with saying that some of the products that people use as skin bleaching agents are the products we use, but in varying percentages, like for hydroquinone, that is people can use for as high as 8% and 6%. Dermatologists stick to 4%. If you want to go as up to 6%, we use it in a controlled short-term way. Following up the patient and making sure. Please.
Okay. We can't hear you.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, please. And we'll be rounding up.
Next slide, please. I'll soon round up. So the message about skin bleaching is that the drivers of skin bleaching, that's lighter is better. Lighter gives you social capital. Lighter makes you marriageable. Lighter is cuter. Lighter can get you the job. Lighter can put you on the billboard. Needs to stop. We are here to give you the tea that all skin colors are beautiful. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Dr. Balema. Thank you so much for that insightful presentation. Please, we apologize once again for all the technical hitches. And please remember to share this link to the community to join on our different social media handles. Dr. Balema talked a lot. She gave us insight on what skin bleaching is. She highlighted that there were various methods of skin bleaching, not just the regular soaps and creams that many of us are familiar with, but that actually there are other methods of skin bleaching that are now available, including use of IV drugs. And she also talked about the side effects. She spent quite some time talking about the side effect of skin bleaching. She also told us about labels that can give away if a product is a skin bleaching agent or not. She went on to talk about how many people believe that they are not bleaching because of all the terminologies that are now being used, including toning. The one of Egyptian is new on me. I found that really hilarious. So all the terminologies. So these are ways that the unsuspecting public can actually tell if a product is likely to be a skin bleaching agent, because all these agents have serious side effects. Even when you think you're just maintaining your color, you could actually be damaging your skin. She ended up by saying that hyperpigmentation is a medical condition and is treated by qualified personnel, by dermatologists. So hyperpigmentation is something that is treated under controlled environment by qualified qualified personnel like dermatologists. Thank you very much, Dr. Belema, for that insightful presentation. We'll introduce the next speaker, Dr. Boyege Olari Noye, who is a consultant physician and dermatologist with the Federal Medical Center, Kefi, Nasarawa State. He also visits at Skin 101 Clinic as a consultant dermatologist. He's a fellow of the National Postgraduate Medical College of Nigeria. His keen interests include general dermatology, cosmetic dermatology, cutaneous lasers, and hair restoration surgery. Dr. Boyega, you have the floor. Thank you.
Sorry, can you hear me?
Yes, please.
Okay, so good afternoon, everyone, and thank you for the introduction. So I'll just get right on with it. Okay, so the theme of my discussion will be protecting your skin tone and the do's and don'ts of good skincare, right? So the general idea is to have a good skincare plan, a good skincare routine that keeps the skin healthy at all times. So if the skin is healthy, there'll be nothing to fix and there will not be need to stick for products that eventually damage the skin, as we've been told already. Sorry, next slide. I think this is way in front. Sorry, please, could you go back a bit?
Dr. Boyega, please, can you speak up?
Okay, can you hear me?
Can you speak up?
Can you hear me
Yes,
like this?
better now. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. So please, next slide, please. No, this is not, there's a slide before that. Actually, the quite a number of slides before. Okay. Okay, yeah. So this is just as a reminder again, as we continue to sing and preach. Colored skin is diverse. It's very beautiful. It's neither deficient nor is it inferior. And maintaining it in its natural, healthy state is better, it's simpler, and it's in by no small means much, much safer than trying to alter it into a state that is not natural to the individual. Next slide, please. Sorry, next. Okay. No, there's a slide before that, please. I think it's going. Okay. So as I've said, I'll be just highlight a couple of do's and don'ts that are worthy of note. in the context of protecting the skin and maintaining it in its healthy beauty and natural state. So we don't go looking for things that are not necessary and probably harmful to us. Next slide, please. Okay, so I think the first thing on the list is you really need to understand your skin. We have different peculiarities, we are diverse in different ways. So it's helpful to know how to classify your own skin and your own self. And this actually helps to develop a skincare pattern or a skincare plan that works for you. So at least the basic things you need to know: your skin type is, do you have oily skin? Is it dry? Is it mixed? Yeah, you need to know if you have any sensitivity. If you have sensitive skin, are there things that you're sensitive to? Another thing, whether they're things you apply on your skin or things you take with your mouth. And importantly, do you have any existing skin diseases? So the common facial conditions, things like acne, hyperpigmentation, the different forms of eczema and all of that. It's good to know if you have skin disorders or you have a predisposition to having these skin disorders. Sometimes they're heritable, sometimes they're acquired, sometimes they're genetic. So a background knowledge of this is helpful in developing a reasonable skincare plan for oneself. Next slide, please. Okay, yeah. So a skincare plan is relevant and it's critical. So it's good to have a personalized skincare plan routine that works, and of course one that is sustainable. So the thing is, there are a myriad of products, brand, formulations, hair lotions, gels, serums, and all of that are available for skincare. But in all honesty, the basic fundamentals of skincare, they're largely constant and they haven't changed and they're not likely to change. So whatever choice of product you use or formulation you use, you're going to have to cleanse your skin. So cleansing essentially involves cleaning off sweat, body oils, and debris from the environment, which may have gathered over the day, over the night. So usually we cleanse once or twice a day, depending on the skin type, and specific choices of cleansers depend on certain individual. If you the frequency, if you have really sensitive skin, you may want to use products that are pH balanced, that are non-soap cleansers. Usually do it once or twice a day, and well, generally the idea is just to use what most works for the individual and what won't cause problems. Then you also need to exfoliate your skin. So exfoliation is also necessary. And the idea behind exfoliation is to remove dead skin cells that have accumulated over days. Now, for exfoliation, right, the frequency and the preference for what to use varies largely. Generally, for people that have very sensitive dry skin, we exfoliate much less, some or little to no exfoliation sometimes. To individuals that have acne-prone skin, very oily skin that is thick, they would require to exfoliate more frequently, like 3 times a week, or sometimes even more than that. Whatever it is, it should be gentle and it should work for you. Then moisturization is a constant for everyone, whether you have oily skin or dry skin. And I reiterate that even if you have oily skin, you do need to moisturize your skin. However, there are preferences for where you belong, right? So for individuals with very dry, sensitive skin, the idea is to moisturize more frequently and to use oil-based moisturizers that will further add moisture to the skin. For persons with oily skin already, use moisturizers that are more non-oil based, and you may not need to moisturize as frequently as someone that has dry skin. Whatever it is, it should be gentle. So sun protection is also a very important part of skincare, even though, as has been reiterated earlier, even though you have dark skin, you have melanin. Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so even though you have dark skin, you have the wonderful protective melanin. They still need to add a bit more to what melanin is doing so that one ages very well. So beyond the use of sunscreen, there's also sun avoidance. So you seek shade, protective coverings, umbrellas, and avoiding the sun at the peak period are also very helpful. Now, to sunscreens, right? Well, sunscreens with the FPF 30 to 50, 2, 3, or more times a day, it's helpful. And sometimes I think a common complaint people have with sunscreen is that they say it leaves a white cast on the face. So they're actually brands and products that are more friendly. And maybe if you have such products, it may be more convenient to use it as frequently as one should. Yeah, so the other adjunct as well, that's, well, not necessarily routine, but things for anti-aging, things for wrinkling that can be sprinkled on general routine depending on the opinion of a qualified person, but the basics are the basics. Then, of course, there's things we can put in a routine for specific concerns. Common things: acne, hyperpigmentation, hypersensitivity, the different types of eczemas, and the many other skin conditions that can occur. When this happens, it can be part of the skincare routine that one may require, but it's important to say that these needs to be at the discretion of a specialist, not just arbitrary. Next slide, please. Okay, so as I think someone had said earlier, right, the skin is very much an organ of, in fact, it's the largest organ of the body. So like all organs, everything that affects the whole body affects the skin directly. So the common things, the common advice we get for staying healthy directly applies to the skin as well. So staying hydrated, eating well, sleeping well, good exercise, managing stress, and we cannot say it, we cannot overstate it that you should seek healthcare from qualified persons, and you should have a good health seeking behavior, even for the simple things. And of course, especially when you require procedures as well, that can be very telling on the skin, you should seek it from the right person. Next slide, please. Yeah, so just what I've said, plenty of water, 3 liters a day, 3 liters a day, finding a way to manage stress in a very stress-prone environment, whether you do it as an individual or in the company of family members, social support groups, associations, friends, religious bodies. Just important to look for a place to associate yourself, to sort of take your mind away from the world. Of course, things like yoga, stress management, anything that works really. Of course, we cannot overstate the utility of sleep. It's very, very important. At least 7 hours a day for an adult. So even if you think you're coping well by not sleeping, you may just be maladapting, and eventually may come back to haunt you. So you should sleep very well. Regular exercise, mild, moderate exercise is also very good. At the very minimum, 30 minutes, 3 times a week, at the very minimum. Better if it's more than that, but at least it has to be something that your body can accommodate. Then, of course, eating healthy, also very important. The regular things: balanced diet, staying away from processed food, junk, low calories, high fiber, low saturated fats, and everything in that department. Also very, very necessary. Next slide, please. Yeah, okay. So, well, we've talked of the things that are good. There are a couple of things that one should be very circumspect about if you want that natural, healthy skin that will last very long. First and foremost, of course, don't bleach your skin. That's been said over and over again, but it cannot be overstated. So I'll say it again. Please don't bleach your skin. Next slide. And of course, as has been highlighted earlier, there are a couple of cautionary notes that you should have. I think most of them have been said earlier. Then I just like to harp on the social media as a sole source of information when it comes to general health, not even just skin bleaching, but in this context for the skin. Social media, for lack of a better word to use, is a very precarious arena for information when it comes to healthcare. So you have a lot of, well, scientific information that is, and a lot of wrong, harmful information that are really entwined together. So sometimes it's difficult to be able to decipher which is which. So one has to be very, very careful in believing what you see online. And even if it works for one person, it may not work for you. So you should have other valid sources of seeking healthcare rather than what an influencer or what a blogger says. Next slide, please. Okay, so other things to avoid, the regular things: cigarette smoking, regular things, cigarette smoking, not good; excess alcohol, not good; harmful chemicals, aggressive procedures, products that are harsh on the face, everything good to stay clear from them. Then also environmental pollutants as well, all around us. It's good to try and avoid the smokes, the fumes all around us. It's good to stay clear of them as much as possible. Next slide, please. Okay, so I'll just end it here, but the summary of it is that your skin is precious. It's more precious than a golden egg, and it should be nurtured with care. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Dr. Boyega Olarinoye, your skin is precious, more precious than an egg. Please take care of it. Dr. Boyega has outlined important steps we should take if we want to take care of our skin. We will move quickly to the next speaker because there is no more time. I'll introducing Dr. Anaba Ehahe. She's a lecturer, consultant, dermatologist, and dermatopathologist. She works at the Lagos State University College of Medicine and LASUTH, Lagos, with several years of academic and clinical experience. She has authored several publications in both national and international journals. Her expertise is in the area of acne vulgaris, alopecia, hidradenitis suppurativa, and dermatopathology. She's an active member of the Nigerian Association of Dermatologists and a member of several international and local professional associations. Dr. Anaba is also a partner at the GastroDerm Clinic, a special center for dermatology and gastroenterology in Lagos. Welcome, Dr. Anaba. Please, you have the floor now, ma'am.
All right, good evening, everyone. Hope you can hear me clearly.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, so a lot has been said about the skin and bleaching. I'm just doing a summary. So I'm speaking on anti-skin bleaching campaign. So Eucerin has graciously partnered with the Nigerian Association of Dermatologists to speak about bleaching. And we're having a campaign on bleaching the skin. So my next slide, please. Next slide, please. Now, bleaching is not a new phenomenon. It's been here with us, right from Cleopatra and everybody. They've been bleaching. And even our own dear fella, he sang a song, "You they bleach, oh, you they bleach." I thought we were going to use that actually as a background music. So bleaching has been here. So why are we concerned now? The first speaker gave us the prevalence of bleaching in our society. We now have a situation where every 4 to 9 persons you see is altering their skin color. That's an epidemic. When the world shut down because of COVID, we didn't have up to 90% of people having COVID, and they shut down the world and said it was an epidemic. Now we have up to 9 out of 10 Nigerians changing the color of their skin. And Nigeria has been labeled the bleaching capital of the world. And I was told last week, we are even trending on social media. We are now recommending and exporting bleaching products. So when there's an epidemic, doctors will need to come out. That's why we're coming out. Now, it's not that bleaching is a new phenomenon. It's just that it's become an epidemic. There's a problem. So next slide, please. So the Nigerian Association of Dermatologists is stepping into the space. Now, dermatologists are doctors who are trained and they have expertise in hair, nail, mucous membrane, and skin disorders. They are not skin influencers. They are not skin experts. They are doctors who know the skin in and out. There are doctors who know the skin in and out, so they have come into this space. And we are collaborating with Eucerin. Now, have dermatologists been silent about this bleaching? No. Dermatologists have been talking about it. They've had TV shows, they've had radio shows, we've gone to schools, we've gone to markets, we have talked about skin bleaching. And in 2023, NAFDAC actually declared skin bleaching in Nigeria as an emergency. And even the Federal Ministry of Health is not left out in this matter. They have enacted a law against the cosmetics that people are applying on the skin. Everybody is concerned. So next slide. Now, like I said, we are collaborating with Eucerin on this, and it's going to be a 1-year-long campaign. Currently, we have a committee in the Nigerian Association of Dermatologists. From that committee is on anti-skin bleaching, and I'm the chairperson for now. On the 2nd of December, there was a launch of this campaign. and TV crews, radios, news media, they were all there. And the president of the Nigerian Association of Dermatologists gave a speech on the 2nd of December, launching this campaign of bleaching. Next slide, please. Next slide. So what's the way forward? The way forward is that all the Nigerian dermatologists are going to be in this space. So there are going to be billboards with anti-bleaching slogans. There will be TV shows, there'll be podcasts, there'll be social media campaigns, and the dermatologists will be creating the content while Eucerin creates the logistics. So they will be providing the billboards, the TV, making the TV arrangement, but the dermatologists will be in that space talking about skin bleaching. Now, I did say we already have a committee. That committee is the members of that committee are from different regions of the country, because this is going to be a country-wide campaign. We're going to have campaign both in the English, you know it, in Pidgin English, because everybody must hear it. But now we're starting off with Lagos, Port Harcourt, Enugu, Kano, and Abuja. From that, we'll spread out. So next slide, please. So when we come to your territory, this is to the dermatologist now, not one person will be speaking. So when we come to your territory, we are going to require, we will give you adequate notice. We will need you to come into the space to speak, because we are all in this together. You are the doctors, there's an epidemic, so the doctors need to come out. So thank you very much. So next slide, which is quite important to this campaign. So the Nigerian Association of Dermatologists says no to skin bleaching. Embrace your skin tone or your skin color. Thank you.
Thank you so much. This is so exciting. What a time to be alive. Thank you so much, all the speakers, for the beautiful message. I hope we're hearing. I hope we shared this link, because people need to hear this. Now, I know there are going to be questions. If you have any questions, you can put it up on the chat box. You can raise your hand, and if you're given permission to speak, you unmute yourself and speak. We also have people on our social media handles, Dr. Cole, am I right? We can have questions from there too, and we can have you read them out. So thank you. If you have any questions, please go ahead. Put it in the chat box, raise your hand and you'll be unmuted, or put it on the social media platforms and Dr. Cole would bring that to our notice. I want to know if there are any hands raised. I can't see any hand raised. Okay, I see a comment
from Dr. Fonowe.
Yes. So she says, well done, all speakers. I have two comments. One, men also bleach, but it seems only women's pictures were shown. Is there a reason for this? Over to you, Dr. Anaba.
There's no sexism going on, and truly men are bleaching, and it's so surprising. I think whether the prevalence is actually now going head to head with the men bleaching. Even on TV, you see our leaders, some of them are bleaching. So the men also are bleaching. It's not just a women phenomenon. And even the women who are bleaching, who is buying the cream? A lot of the times, it's the husbands. And
Yes,
if you ask the women, they tell you they don't want to bleach, but the men want them bleaching. So everybody's in the bleaching business, both the men and the women. So maybe next time in our presentations, please, let's put up pictures of men before they think it's just a women phenomenon. Because if we said 9 out of 10 people are bleaching, then those 9 people are definitely not all women. There are men in it.
We
Thank
have
you
one or
very
two
much.
pictures
Okay.
of men bleaching. Sorry, it's really
okay.
We really have a few, but at least we threw in 1 or 2 that we found that are bleaching.
Okay, thank you very much. Men actually bleach. And I think that when they bleach, they even take their own to another level. It's a crazy thing. Professor Ayalowo, please, you have the floor. You can unmute yourself and speak.
Good evening, colleagues, and this has been a wonderful program, and I really do appreciate the speaker. And I would like to say that the Nigerian Journal of Dermatology would like to be part of the anti-bleaching campaign. So we are happy to receive manuscripts from the presenters and any other person who wants to to contribute to the special edition for the December, which we are starting to put together 2025. And we're thinking of dedicating it to the anti-bleaching campaign. So I'm open to receive our short article, letter to the editor, a whole article on bleaching. So I want to encourage the speaker to please join us in that. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much.
I'm clapping digitally.
All right. Dr. Enechukwu says thank you to all the speakers. Very interesting and informative.
So thank you. I'm happy to receive Dr. Anaba's write-up too in this special edition. I'll talk to you at the end of it.
Okay. So another comment from Dr. Reresh. She says, I would like to ask you, Serene, how they plan to push this campaign to the entire public. Is there a way we can have this program or a panel show like Time TV series or radio jingles? Probably a 3-month weekly series on this. We need to move beyond social media and go local.
It's not just social media. There's actually, so I did say that there's a committee. So I did say there's a committee, and I did say all the things that will happen. There's actually a calendar of events for this. So there'll be, and there's a calendar for when the TV shows will happen, the billboards and all that. There's a 1-year calendar for this, which we will share with the Nigerian Association of Dermatologists. I did also say that we'll have all the dermatologists on board. So at each point in time, we'll let people know what needs to be done and who will be doing what.
All right, thank you. The next comment is from Dr. Seb Oiwo. Thank you, dear speakers. Great presentation. I think we may need some qualitative studies, ethnographic studies that look into the whys behind the figures we see. This way we'll be able to hear from those involved.
There are actually studies, a few studies looking at why people actually bleach. But this is just like a community webinar. So if it was a scientific thing, then you would get that. It's a lot of those studies that looked at prevalence actually looked at why people bleach.
Okay, I would just like to ask if we're going to have a collaboration with a psychologist, because there's a psychological aspect of this. Okay, I've had someone come to me and say, look, I really want to stop bleaching. And I was so proud of him. He stopped bleaching. He was a man, a very young man, a medical student. And he stopped bleaching for a long time and was, of course, got a little darker. And he felt he was okay with it. But after 1 year, he wasn't okay with it again. He was depressed, very, very depressed. He would call me almost every day. In fact, I had to block him at a point because it was a terrible thing. So we need psychologists to be part of this too.
You need psychologists, but that will come from the clinic. So this is social media campaign. Oh, sorry. This is a society campaign. It's a clarion call to all of us, both the dermatologists and the populace, that we've got a problem on bleaching. So when we now have these individuals come to you in the clinic, that becomes the role of the dermatologist. You see them and you have to call in the behavioral medicine people. So there is a role for behavioral medicine, but that cannot be in the community. It has to be somebody who's coming. You're not going to tell somebody in the market, you need to go to behavioral medicine.
All right. Okay, there's a question from Lukman AA. He or she says, thank you for all the sessions and for the ongoing awareness. Are there some roles? Oh, okay, for the psychologists in this anti-bleaching campaign. Okay, just what I talked about. I am sure you have your answer now, Mr.
May I just
Lukman.
come in here that I think the idea is it could be nice to get some of the psychologists and the behavioral scientists to tag along in the campaigns. They may have some special words that they use that we as dermatologists may not be the best. So they may have the way they can communicate even with the public to try to engage people and help people understand that skin bleaching is not, good for them. And, even if they have been bleaching in the past, they can always stop. So yeah, in, contribution to what you said and what Mr. Doctor or Mr. Lukman is saying, I think it's important that we also carry our psychologists along with this campaign. Thank you.
Dr. Cole, I don't know if we have anything from our social media handles.
Yes, we have one question from Mohammed Suma, who is asking, who says, thanks to all the speakers, what is the NAD doing to stop the exportation of bleaching products? That's the question. Sorry about
Nigerian Association of Dermatologists has no role in exporting or importing anything. So the people who need to be policing that is NAFDAC. So that's of NAFDAC, not the Nigerian Association of Dermatology is just an association of doctors. We don't have anything to do with the rules for exportation or importation. So sadly, we don't have a role there. We can only advocate, we can only speak with NAFDAC, which we've always done and are still doing. So NAFDAC has to step in there, NAFDAC and custom.
Yes, ma'am.
All right.
There's another question from YouTube. Market women are among the highest. This is from Chinyere Okwa. Market women are among the highest users of bleaching products. Is there a strategy for taking your anti-bleaching campaign to the market level? I think we've spoken about that already, Ma, but you can go ahead.
Yes, there is. We did say that this is a countrywide campaign. So countrywide is everybody. So man, woman, child, everybody must hear this. And we did say also it will be in pidgin. So whatever form of English you understand, you will get it. So both in pidgin and in, what should I say, English, or British
Queen's English.
or Queen's English and pidgin. But we cannot go into Nigerian languages because there are too many. So we can't really do that now. But I think by the time we're saying it in pidgin and saying it in Queen's English, somebody is going to tell somebody else that, oh, I heard this, I heard that. But once it's on radio, it's on TV, it's on social media, people will hear it. So even that market woman will hear it. And before, we've always gone to the market. So we are even before this campaign, we've had campaigns in the market. I think for the last 2 years now, we've campaigned in the markets about bleaching. 4 years ago, we were on social media about bleaching. So right now, Yusri is just giving us wings to fly higher than we have been flying.
Yeah, and this issue of market women is really very important because if you remember, Dr. Abi did mention how the sun on its own can cause you to get a little darker, but that is aggravated when you're already bleaching. Now, market women stay under the sun more than other people and they are bleaching. So the effects of the sun is like, multiplied because of that bleaching. So they're a group of people that really need to be targeted. And then the thing is that many of them really don't know what they are doing. Many of them do not understand that they are harming their skin. So we're not making too much noise we're not even making enough noise. Nobody should think we're doing this thing too much. The problem is grave. and all the noise is worth it. So thank you, Serene, really, for giving us wings to fly higher, like Dr. Anaba said. Do we have any other comments? We have evidences that skin side effects are a tip of the iceberg. There are evidences for systemic side effects of bleach. The evidences for systemic side effects of bleaching are real. That was from Dr. Yalowo. That's very true. I don't know if we have any reply to that. Okay, someone says, kindly share the social media handles. Thank you. Is it the NAD social media handles? Or
Yes, we can
anti-bleach?
share the NAD handles at Nigerian Derma on Instagram. And we also have Nigerian Association of Dermatologists on Facebook. Okay, so please follow us and share some of the information as the campaign goes along. Thank you.
Now, Dr. Always asking if we can sponsor bills or propose bills to National Assembly through lawmakers on skin bleaching. Can we do that?
Nigerian Association of Dermatologists have at one point even gone to national, what they call those committees that they do in National Assembly, and they call in, I can't, Doctor, please supply the word. When you have, you call in outsiders, if they have stakeholders to speak with National Assembly, we've done that. That was Dr. Kudo who actually did that. Yeah, public hearing. We've done that. Nigerian Association of Dermatology, we've done a lot in this space of skin bleaching. The only thing that you see now is giving us wings to fly higher than we've been flying. And I think that's also why NAFDAC themselves in 2020, we've been engaging with NAFDAC for years. And in 2023, they finally came out with a program that there is an emergency on bleaching. And that is what also has influenced what Federal Ministry of Health is doing, now trying to pass a law on to regulate cosmetics. Everybody is in the space. So it cannot never be too much. But I see, the way I see it, if the regulator is in the business, then there's a problem. So if we have any other way of liaising with our Senate, and this is a public interest bill, so they can begin to look at this bleaching problem.
If I may also add, I think it's important that we also involve a lot of social and cultural and religious leaders, because skin bleaching has become a social cultural issue. And the people who have the most influence, particularly in this part of the world, are religious leaders. So maybe we also need to engage our imams, our pastors, priests, and get them to also speak about this message. We are all created in the image of God, and everybody should love how God has created them. Maybe if it comes from that angle, people will listen. And then there's also the economic aspect. People believe that lighter skinned people have better economic advantage, they get jobs better, they get marriage partners better. So I think it's important that we also look at that. The social determinants of skin bleaching are important. Let's close the door. So it's important that we look at that as well. Is it true that people with lighter skin get better job opportunities, and how can we address those things in the community? Because if people continue to find reasons to bleach their skin, no matter how many laws we make, they will continue to bleach their skin. So we need to look at that as well.
All right. It's almost 6:30, almost 1.5 hours gone. I think it's all right if we say that we will end today's webinar, but the discussion continues. We want to thank you, Serene, for sponsoring not just this webinar, but the anti-bleaching campaign. We thank them because this was just in time. We thank all the speakers who brought out their time and gave us very beautiful presentations. Thank you very much. We thank everybody who attended. And please, please, let us form the habit of sharing our links. Even that's why we have the social media handles. It's safe enough to share them to the public. So let's do that. I got a message from somebody when I shared on my status saying that our webinars always impact her.